What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
American Honey, independent movie from the director Andrea Arnold. Directed Fish Tank, a movie that came out maybe 10 years ago. This is a movie from A24, which is it's one of those. They're like producers, distributors. I don't know, but they got their stamp on a lot of really good independent movies. American Honey came out in 2016, and it stars Sasha Lane and Shia LaBeouf. Sasha plays a character. It basically follows Sasha on kind of a crazy adventure. She's quote unquote white trash, taking care of her mom's kids. She's the oldest, and kind of they're broke and trying to just survive while their parents apparently run a like country bar where people dance. Actually reminded me there's a place in San Diego, I forget the name of the bar, but I'd never been there, but it was the trendy thing. Like country over the past 10 years has become like alternative pop music, right? Like country in general. I'm not a fan of any of it. It all just sounds like pop music to me with like a twang. Just like I prefer the all of the jokes that are made based on how formulaic country music is nowadays. But there was this bar where people would go and they do line dancing. And this is like, so she's at the store, Sasha's character with their two younger siblings and just kind of fucking around. And this group of other kids come in. Sasha's like, she's in her like early 20s, late teens, somewhere around there, probably early 20s, more like it. Then Shia LaBeouf and a group of other people in like their 20s, kind of similar age range, come in and start wreaking havoc, and they flirt and whatever. And she kind of, she's attracted to, it's like, oh, there's like people my age that look fun and, they're interesting. And so he invites her to go along with them, and they're basically driving across the country, selling magazines, making money so they can afford to drive across the country and like kind of live this like a hippie lifestyle in a way, like a funded hippie lifestyle. Which at first she declines, and then she goes back, and you go back and you see how she's living and how she she's basically the adult. She's the parent of these kids in a lot of sense, and she doesn't want it. She wants to live a life like so many people in their 20s. They get done with school, whatever. They don't, they want to go explore. You've been trapped in a lot of cases. You've been trapped in this one little small ecosystem of people and places, and you've heard about all of these other places and all these other kinds of people all around the world. Especially now with the internet, you can connect to like all kinds of people and have conversations with people that you never could have conversations before with. She wants to get out, and she says, fuck it. She goes to meet at the motel where Shia told her that they would all be if she changed her mind. And she goes on this adventure, and it's her, and this movie follows her. It's a long movie, almost 3 hours long, 2 hours and 40-something minutes. And it follows her on this journey as she goes with these, in this van with this group of, degenerate kids that are just, looking to get away, probably looking for, like, some of them to get away because they're gay, to get away because they're different, to get away because they have issues, whatever it is. They want to get away where they're from, and they hitched a ride with this kind of crazy traveling sales group. And Shia LaBeouf is going to teach her the ropes, and they go to these rich neighborhoods, and they just kind of start dropping people off, like at each corner. And they all have their backpacks. They look like they're coming from school, and they're trying to sell people on subscribing to magazines, and it's all a scam. It might be legitimate. I don't know if these people ever get magazines. That's never really brought up in the movie, but I assume it's a scam. Like they fill out receipts, so it's all legitimate and probably for tax reasons. It seems like it's like everything's legitimate about it except for probably them getting magazines. But I think the angle is rich people wouldn't notice not getting a magazine that they ordered. You know, what are they going to do? Who are they going to complain to? So they're going around scamming rich people into subscribing, which is, you know, something that as a child, I remember going door to door, you know, as a kid, going door to door, like way younger than these kids are. These kids are all, you know, in their 20s. They're like 18, early 20s, kind of somewhere around in that range. And you know, I remember going around like, you know, as a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, going door to door selling like candy bars or selling literally subscriptions to magazines so that you can earn enough points to get like a free, you know, Game Boy or something. So I can literally see this scam working in real life where people will go and do this thing. And Shia LaBeouf he's like the master, and he's able to go off script and not do the exact same thing that's in their manual that teaches them how to sell. And he's you know, got a gun, and he's like really dangerous. He's like, fuck this. He's got like his own philosophy when it comes to what they're doing, going out scamming the rich people. And it's like Sasha, because of this, she's put in like crazy situations where it's like you're totally on board with her in her journey, and her ability to just say fuck it and do something makes the viewer, at least for me, makes me nervous, because like what the like she's putting herself in situations where really bad shit can happen, right? But at the same time, bad shit doesn't always happen, especially if you're street smart. If you're smart about it, if you're smart about like, you know, letting go enough, but, you know, making sure you got your head on your shoulders and you're not completely trusting everybody, then you can avoid some of that stuff. But it's just it's a crazy movie, super long, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching this movie. It's just, I mean, a really well done movie. It's a really kind of interesting journey you're going on, where she's going all around the country, and it ends with them going into a really poor part of the U.S. And you know, it's like good luck selling to any of these people, and it really shows you kind of the other side of where they're at, where these kids are kind of free in a lot of ways, where they just get to travel around listening to the rap music, drinking booze and smoking weed and just fucking doing whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as they bring in money to the collective so they can afford food, so they can afford you know, motels, so they can afford gas and all those things. It's like a really interesting kind of a weird business collective, kind of a community traveling band of freaks that go across scamming people, which I can't imagine they can do more than once. You can't go back to the same neighborhood. So the sustainability of this business model is highly suspect, and I don't think they would make any deals on Shark Tank whatsoever. But yeah, it's just kind of an up and down ride where you're going with Star, his character's name, and yeah, just kind of seeing her grow as, you know, understanding that life kind of sucks. Like it's hard to live like a stress-free life. She discovered a whole lot of new stresses where she's not necessarily in charge of other people, but just stresses of just handling her own life. But it's really cool. There's a scene where Shia LaBeouf like comes back, like they get in a fight. She takes off because she's going to sell on her own, and she goes with these three cowboy guys, these rich older men, like 40, 50-year-old dudes, and it's in Texas, and they go to their ranch, and you know, they're getting her wasted, but they're not like like every aspect. There's so many aspects of this where it's like, oh my God, I hope I don't see her get like something really bad happen. But then Shia LaBeouf comes back, and it's just crazy. There's too many. By the way, this movie, another movie where you see Shia LaBeouf have sex, and there's a lot of movies recently, like I forget the name of it. Doesn't matter. It's just I've seen too much of it. He's a good actor though. I enjoy him. He was good in this. It's a really good movie. Super long though. But that's it. New episodes of this show come out daily. Subscribe everywhere. Binge the full week at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Inspireddisorder.com for all of my artwork. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.